motel, or the Waltrip crew will never be allowed back, John. Putting their engine back together. They had a few problems. They just took it home with them, rolled it right into the room.
I love it, and I love Michael Waltrip and that crew. The thing I got to tell you about Michael Waltrip, I know all the mothers of these race car drivers, you know, they're concerned what they do with their free time. And Mrs. Waltrip, I do want you to know that Michael's been a good boy, but he went out and bought a brand new Harley Hog motorcycle for $12,000 last week.
All chrome. Let me tell you about that motorcycle. He took it to the Hickory Fair, got himself a nice-looking lady, had her on the back. He's looking really macho, he said. Went over and played some games, won a bunch of stuffed animals. Now he's pulling out of the fair late at night, this kid number 30. And as he starts to pull out, 6'5", with a neat lady on the back, a fella came up and said, "Hey, excuse me, sir, one of your teddy bears is falling out of the saddlebag."
No.
He had two big teddy bears. He couldn't quite get them.
My man Michael, he wants to be sort of Hell's Angels type look, but he came out with teddy bears. Well, he and Rick Wilson's wife needs to know, too. He bought a Harley, too, so they're in the Harley Hog Club now.
You're a big help.
I got to throw Mike Beam and that crew into the hat for the Mac Tools Award. I mean, anybody that will take the tools back to the motel room and work on the motor at 1 o'clock in the morning is definitely a behind-the-scenes candidate for my book. So David, let's put the period on that story.
David, that went on till about 3:45 this morning.
I'd say that's a winner for the Mac Tools. I'll pay for it.
Anybody want to contribute to the rug?
Yeah.
Davey Allison in front and looking mighty good here. His dad watching over in Birmingham this afternoon, and he must be proud. Judy Allison, Bobby Allison, who watched this young man cut his teeth in racing, brought him along, and what a magnificent race. As you said at the top, he has said for the last couple of days, I'm ready for this one, and it's on TV, and I want it for Dad.
Yeah, and he's certainly doing it. It's just perfect. This is one of those makes a great movie kind of thing. If Hal Needham was here, he'd make a movie out of this story.
Well, he's had it rough with that car 33, which has crashed again today and is out. We'll review some of those that are out and some that are still running as we get down to our finish today here at Richmond. Getting set for the finish. Allison in front, trying to hold off Earnhardt and Labonte. Can he do it? We'll know soon.
The STP Pit Communication Center at Richmond International Raceway, where Davey Allison has just stopped my Timex Speed Track computer at 24:30, a lap at 111.11 miles per hour. We programmed in the 7500ths, or 75. Let me try that again. 3/4 of a mile track length, which is new here at Richmond, and that's the way the computer calculates the time to speed average. What that means is basically Davey has hit the cruise control, and he's out of here. Graves still trailing 7-zip in the fourth behind the Padres. Will join that game in progress live right after the end of the race. That looks like, Ken Squire, a Davey Allison field day.
By 2 6/10 of a second right now, David.
Well, Ken, I just got a new sports bulletin in for one of the top sports stations. Congratulations to Scott Hayes in Denver, North Carolina. The East Lincoln Mustangs are now 3-0, and they hadn't won 3 games in the last 2 years. Way to go, boys. That's my son, and I don't ever get to see him play, and if I don't say that, his mother's going to be mad. So, Ann, I'm on the deal.
I don't believe it.
Hey, it's my son.
I see.
I'm a father.
I see. Well, Bobby Allison's the father, and his kid right now is about to win over $1 million in his racing career if he pulls out. Let's see your kid do what Bobby Allison's
Bobby's
doing
baby boys
today.
do a little better than mine, but mine's not a professional athlete. He doesn't want to lose his amateur standing.
I see. Dale Earnhardt is just about 2 4/10 of a second back now. Terry Labonte is in third. Mark Martin is in fourth. And Alan Kowicki stands fifth as we get down to the finish here this afternoon at Richmond. It's a matter of running it out. 391 are complete. We're into those last few laps at the Richmond Fairgrounds, and nobody's left. It's a packed house. They say they're going to add another 10,000 seats before we get back here. This is now the largest sports facility in the state of Virginia, bigger than any of the football stadiums. And we're having a tremendous crowd and a house that's been sold out for a month to see this first race. And what a reckoning for Davey Allison. There'll be a tremendous ovation for him here. 392 now complete as he comes back to the line. Call it 393.
Well, we had a shaky start, but I'm going to tell you, it's been a magnificent debut for one of the prettiest tracks in the sport. And I just can't wait to get back here next year.
And we'll be back here in February. We'll see it right here on the Superstation. Week after the Daytona 500. Always go to Richmond. And what a track to come back to next year on this 3/4 mile. As we watch Davey Allison continue to click off the laps. stay in front of car number 3. Dale Earnhardt in that second position with Terry Labonte third, and Mark Martin having just a great day in fourth spot. Really had his season come alive recently. Alan Kowicki stays fifth. Mark Martin right down on that wall up in turn number 4. That time about 394 down.
And Kyle Petty's still at a good solid 6, 1 lap down, but it's been a good show for their team too.
Davey Allison came into today's race having won $989,000. This will put him over the million mark, and remember, he was just 87 and he was Rookie of the Year. The interval is now 2 8/10 of a second as Davey Allison is beginning to feel his oats a little and puts it on a little. We're showing you a bit of an interval right here as we look for car 28 through, and there is Earnhardt in the second position and taking a firm grip on climbing up the ladder in those Winston Cup standings is Earnhardt here. We get down to the end of the 1988 season.
And Davey Allison, this is going to really vault him in the points. I'm sure this will put him well into the top 10.
Sure, he came in here today in 10th. Phil Parsons has not had a good day, nor Sterling Marlin. Waltrip will pick up some. Davey is apt to pick up a couple of spots when we do the tabulation when it's over this afternoon. So for the Allison family, the Alabama gang, things are coming together. If we can stick together here, 397 complete. Harold Kinder will be dropping a 2-lap marker over the field very shortly as we get down to wind this one up. Here's Davey in car number 28. This will be the first win for a Ford if it stays there in front for anyone other than Bud Moore. All 3 Ford victories in this race were won by Bud Moore. This particular series at Richmond goes back to 68 or 69 when it was 68 when Petty won in the Plymouth, and then in 69 Bobby Allison won it for Mario Rossi in the Dodge.
Well, I'm really happy for Davey Allison because he's such a class act kid, but Bobby Allison, the way he sounded today, that's 1,000 times better for me, and we love you, Bobby, and can't wait to see you at the racetrack.
Going to hold up his number, number 84. Next year will become part of the Stavola team, but the number 12 is still very much on the calendar with the Stavolas for 1988 for Bobby Allison. Checkered flag is about to fall on his son, who has won here the Richmond 400 this afternoon on this brand new track.
That one's for you, Dad, huh?
Yep.
Makes you feel good.
Great win for the Allison family of Alabama. Davey Allison successful this afternoon, and we'll be back to meet the winner here this afternoon in this hard-fought contest on this brand new race facility after these messages. Richmond, and we're ready for the celebration. It's already underway down here in Victory Lane for Davey Allison. Let's join them now.
Well, a happy Davey Allison is calling his crew to come join him here in Victory Lane at Richmond. Davey, your dad sent you off with his best wishes. You promised him a victory a long time ago. Now you're giving him a match set.
Well, you know, it's just been a great thrill winning here at Richmond the first race. Paul Sawyer's got a super facility here, and we're just tickled to death to be here in Victory Lane. This is another one for the old man, and with him starting the race off today, that was another big thrill for me, and I've just been on cloud 9 for 2 days.
The Richmond track's never been real kind to you, but you feel like maybe you're on even terms with it?
Well, I think now we've showed everybody that we've got our short track program together, and we got a couple more to go to this year, but we're going to try to win them too, and we're just going to keep digging the rest of the year and try to get ready for 1989.
This victory also puts you over $1 million in Winston Cup winnings. You feel like a millionaire?
Right now I'm wore out, but I feel good.
You kind of dropped back a little bit in those early melees. We kind of lost track of you for a while. Were you biding your time and knowing you could get to the front?
Well, we were just trying to take care of the race car. There was so much action out there I didn't want to be a part of. I just took my time. We talked on the radios, Tony and Robert and I, and we decided just to take it easy and work our way up through the pack slow. We didn't have to get in any hurry because we knew that if we could get to the front, we'd be in control of the race.
Davey Allison, a happy winner here at Richmond International Raceway. Now let's go back upside to Ken Squire.
So here at Richmond this afternoon, Davey Allison is victorious over Dale Earnhardt in second, Terry Labonte in third, Mark Martin is fourth, and Alan Kowicki is fifth, with Kyle Petty in the sixth position as they came across the line. And we'll be back to wrap up today's activities here in Richmond, Virginia. A final look at the standings after these messages.
of this great race on a great new track. Let's give away a little goodies here. We have the Mac Tool behind-the-scenes award going to Mike Waltrip's crew. The next time they rebuild an engine at 3 o'clock in the morning in the hotel room, they'll do it with a brand new set of Mac Tools. Congratulations on a job well done. STP leaderboard shows Terry LeBon